I don't like older deadheads because they got to experience free-flowing love with bussy Italian girls in the parking lot of Giant Stadium before magic made HIV disappear. I had to settle for either dry humping, induced zipper burn in college, or feel nothing, condom sex, which is the equivalent of having to exchange silky smooth lining for plastic covered seats. A guy knows when a condom breaks because he immediately starts to coo, wee, wee, sex is fun again, holla, thank you very much. I especially don't like older deadheads wearing Grateful Dead masks at the grocery store because they're not dropping acid in those Dancing Bear masks for 3-hour drum solos on acid at Madison Square Garden to see Grateful Dead and Friends. I don't care how much mass deadhead women bat their eyes to John Mayer with the mask on, looking like a long-haired Lone Ranger in tie-dye in the skies. Imagine a mass deadhead who suffers from anxiety being slipped acid by a new age merry prankster at MSG, requiring you to wear the mask at all times, except between more puffs of increasingly necessary calming green. Once the double dose of acid kicks in, the mass deadhead says, fuck CDC guidelines. If I could survive Altamont and the Hells Angels nearly beating my skull into Middle Earth, I can handle an itchy esophagus, no problem. Besides, I've been smoking weed out of a metal bat at dead shows for 5 decades straight, and my lungs feel great. Holla! Thank you very much! It's hard to remain calm when I see a baby boomer in a Grateful Dead mask today. They never had to greet their kids off the bus wearing masks, looking like Michael Jackson's adopted ones on holiday in Bahrain. All these masked deadheads did was use their cushy positions in the media, government, and academia to push lawless policies, which turned LA and San Francisco and now my cherished Manhattan of yesteryear into overrated, overpriced 10 cities sponsored by REI. Holla for preaching the gospel long time. Thank you very much! Mass deadheads are fake news hippies, like my retired father, who hasn't visited the Grand Canyon in 9 years, since retiring to Scottsdale, Arizona, to take up jerking off to the Weather Channel every winter and playing tennis with Dr. Ken, who claims my father's forehand has never been stronger. Who also, the same dad, the same fake news hippie, who I get a gorgeous pre-rolled joint for because in Scottsdale, Arizona, Arizona in general, weed is legal. And immediately, right after I presented my father, I find out that that very joint that we were supposed to bond with, he immediately reserved for his old college roommate from back in the day. Took my daughter to see her first Dead show, and she says, Daddy, why are your eyes red? I said, the THC content in these edibles have unmasked my pothead eyes. Holla! Thank you very much! My daughter's first Dead show was days after her second birthday. She points at a dinged-up looking hippie, sucking down one nitrous balloon after the next, and inquires, birthday? I say, no, Matilda, burnout day. Holla! Thank you very much! It's hard to plan for kids when you're a pothead who forgot to ask your girlfriend if she's on the pill. Although when my wife told me about being pregnant with her first child, Matilda, my response in my mind was first stress how it's her decision, but then push for the abortion and don't be such a pussy about it. Still at the time, it was impossible for me to write off my daughter in the making as a zombie zygote whose spirit could be brought back from the dead by getting my girlfriend, now wife, accidentally pregnant again in a New York minute again, no problem. The moment my wife announced she was pregnant with her first of 3 kids, I couldn't be blasé about pushing the Unplanned Parenthood Family Man Extermination Plan one bit. Do you think Michael Corleone would push Kay to get an abortion if the ultrasound revealed their kid in the making was a gender-fluid hermaphrodite? Kay says, it's a hermaphrodite, Michael. I know you really wanted a boy to carry on your sacred Sicilian seed. I'll just book a contract here with Planned Parenthood tomorrow. Don't bother sending a car for me. I've seen how that movie ends before. You had no problem ordering your goons to blow up helpless Fredo. So stop acting like giving me the green light to take out a hit on your own flesh and blood doesn't sit well with your God-fearing soul anymore. Besides, how does a hermaphrodite as the head of the 5 families even work? Do all the other thuggish killers in Armani come into the Genderfluid Godfather's office to kiss Sheehy's cock ring or just suck off her latest wallpaper collections of gender-fluid pink ziti recipes on Pinterest? Holla! Thank you very much! Vermont must change their state logo from the green state to CBD oil only. Bernie Sanders couldn't even make Vermont great for potheads on vacation. Holla! Thank you very much! I drop weed edibles about an hour before I tuck my kids in to avoid my daughter's super hard questions on it before they kick in. There's one time where the edibles kicked in earlier than usual, and my daughter says, "Daddy, if God created the universe, then who created God?" I say, "God went back in time in a time machine made by Elon Musk." She replies, "Real convincing, Daddy. Thanks for making me an atheist at 4. Holla! Thank you very much! Did you know 420, Earth Day for potheads, because it's our National Pot Smoking Day, in addition to the fact that the herb, it celebrates the herb that grew wild around King Solomon's grave, man. That same 420 is also Hitler's birthday. Total bummer, right? I haven't been this let down since I learned how Sly Stallone snuck Mel Gibson into Expendables 3. Holla! Thank you very much! And this is my impersonation of Ziggy Marley being interviewed by High Times Magazine. Reporter says, "Ziggy, your dad had a dozen kids. Doesn't excessive ganja use drain your light blaster and ballsack dry?" Ziggy Marley replies, "Fake news, man. Holla! Thank you very much!" I really don't like baby boomers wearing Grateful Dead masks because they're acting like this freedom-killing reign of COVID terror can't be fun, like touring with the Dead during summer's tours past. I only wish I could dance in the grass to Shakedown Street again throughout the Bethel Woods Great Sprawling Lawn without any mask mandates anymore, to kickstart the first of many Bernie mass parties this summer. Able to sing with final chapter closing authority. What a long, evil, revealing trip it's been. Holla! Thank you very much! Last, I'm sick of hearing certain baby boomers proclaim, "We're all mad. Unless you were drafted to fight in Vietnam, I don't give a shit about your alleged discomfort post-COVID asshole who brags about seeing the Grateful Dead with Bill Walton to feel cooler by association." Holla! Thank you very much! Generation X, that being my generation, had to endure the nagging, adolescent fear of contracting HIV, which we never really outgrew entirely, multiple recessions still occurring, 9/11, that ghost hovers for fucking ever, and the media's perpetual, non-stop, around-the-clock whitewashing the Jew-hating squad, including Babyface Omar, in case you're not keeping up with me, in addition to our kids being forced to wear masks in school as if we're living in some sick, twisted version of Pink Floyd The Wall, except this time only the CDC. Fuckface Fauci and China get the final cut. Jew-loving Roger Waters lives. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you guys soon.